and an honor 70 years in the making.
If they were in the same place at the same time, they would have done the same thing.
What this man lived through and earned him a Purple Heart. It's all coming up next.
ABC 7 News at 11 starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news tonight out of North Korea, where that country is threatening now to strike Guam.
And all this comes just hours after President Trump warned of fire and fury like the world has never seen if North Korea continues to threaten the United States.
Nancy Chen has been following this story all night. She's live in our satellite center tonight with more. Nancy?
Allison and Jonathan, the country's state news agency reporting tonight North Korea is considering striking areas around Guam with medium to long-range strategic ballistic missiles. That fiery rhetoric from both the United States and North Korea does have the attention of leaders around the world, as U.S. intelligence analysts now believe North Korea can produce a miniaturized nuclear warhead that can fit inside its missiles, a dangerous milestone. President Trump warning the regime there today against any further threats.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
North Korea, meantime, slamming the UN Security Council's unanimous approval on sanctions. And its threat about Guam tonight refers to the flight of U.S. bombers over the Korean Peninsula yesterday. Those flights originating from Andersen Air Force Base in Guam. Those bombers were joined by Japanese and South Korean aircraft. In the satellite center, Nancy Chen, ABC 7 News.
Nancy, thanks. And developing right now, a major order from the D.C. Department of Health. A Southeast Washington hospital must stop delivering babies and offering prenatal care for 90 days.
And this comes as a surprise, even to D.C. councilmen who tell us they had no idea this would happen. Jay Korf is live outside United Medical Center tonight. So, Jay, any idea why they're doing this?
No, that's the thing. No one in power is saying why this happened. And that's just one of the headlines in a shocking story. Pregnant women who came to United Medical Center in Southeast D.C. for prenatal care or planned on giving birth here in the near future will have to make other arrangements, to the dismay of longtime healthcare advocate Ambrose Lane Jr.
I was actually shocked. The first question that came to my mind is, where are the women going to go?
On Tuesday, Department of Health officials issued a short statement that reads in part, this restriction applies solely to obstetric and nursery services and will remain in place for 90 days, or until the hospital implements its plan for obstetrics and nursery services. But there's no explanation from anyone as to what happened to spur this decision. In fact, one high-ranking city official tells ABC 7 News the UMC has, quote, woefully inadequate facilities and, quote, grossly underserves the community. Ward 7 council member Vince Gregg, who's been pushing for a new hospital on the east side and is out of town, issued a statement that in part reads, I hope that this unfortunate situation today finally shines the spotlight on the inadequacy of healthcare services for East End residents and brings a long overdue sense of urgency.
When you shut down something like obstetrics that's going to care for mothers and their children, that's a big issue.
So according to this vaguely worded statement that we received from the Department of Health here in D.C., some kind of plan is underway to fix a problem that remains shrouded in secrecy. Reporting live in the district, Jay Korf, ABC 7 News.
Jay, thanks. Happening right now, police in Fairfax County are looking for this 18-year-old, Miguel Carrillo. He was last seen on Thursday night. Police believe that his life may be in danger. They want you to take a very good look at his picture. His family tells police they were concerned when he didn't come home on Thursday night. He was last seen in a wooded area off Pole Road in the Mount Vernon area, and police do believe his disappearance may be gang-related. If you have any information, the Fairfax County Police really would like to hear from you.
And right now in Northeast Washington, police are looking for the people who jumped a man waiting at a bus stop on Kennedy Street, beat him up, and then robbed him. Luckily, police say that man will be okay, but the terrifying part here, they believe this attack was totally random. Tim Barber, live in Northeast Washington tonight with more. Tim?
And the attack happened just several blocks from the 4th District Police headquarters, and tonight detectives have a vague description of the robbers. Tonight, detectives are looking for two men who stabbed a Metro bus rider at this stop near Kennedy Street and Georgia Avenue. The victim, Nega Torsha, was even kicked in the head before the robbers stole his wallet, debit card, and iPhone.
He's a great guy. He doesn't bother anybody.
Landlord James Walker says Torsha was heading to work yesterday morning when the robbers struck.
I bought this property in 1992. At that time, it was a rough neighborhood. This is a much better neighborhood now. I'm somewhat surprised.
7 on Your Side uncovered crime stats for a 1,000-foot radius from the bus stop. During the last year, violent crime has decreased, but robberies without guns have doubled from 8 to 16.
I just hope that they catch whoever did it and that the man is okay.
Walker says his tenant finally woke up a day after the attack, but the criminals who put him in the hospital are still on the streets.
He was just at the wrong spot. It had to be his right time to get to work.
And there are security cameras in that area where the attack happened, but there's no word yet on if detectives here have recovered anything on those cameras. Reporting live in Northwest Washington, Tim Barber, ABC 7 News.
Tim, thanks. And attorneys for the man accused of shooting a woman during a traffic argument says that he acted in self-defense. Ernest Stickle now is accused of shooting a woman on Eisenhower Avenue in Alexandria in mid-July. After that shooting, he took off, later turned himself in. In court today, though, Stickle's attorney claims that that woman used her vehicle to box in his vehicle. Then she got out and threatened him. Stickle is being held without bond tonight. Also tonight, police tell us that a man arrested accused of taking pictures of women's skirts may have targeted people who didn't even know it was happening. Brandon Williams was arrested just today. Police tell us that surveillance video helped them catch Williams, and he is now accused of taking women's pictures at the Columbia Heights Metro station last week while on the escalators.